The war for Goa is our top focus story. The Congress party went to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court refused to stay Manohar Parrikar's swearing in, but the Congress refuses to give up the fight for the throne of Goa. The Congress is now going to stake claim to form the next government in Goa. Party General Secretary Digvijay Singh has taken the party's 17 MLAs in a bus to Raj Bhavan. Digvijay Singh will parade 17 MLAs before the governor. Now, Digvijay Singh spoke to India Today's Kamlesh Sutar. Let's listen in.
Governor spoken to you. What is the proposal that you have given to the governor? Have you staked the claim?
First of all, we strongly object to the decision of Her Excellency the Governor, who ignored the mandate of the people of Goa, has gone against the constitution, the established practice as per the precedents, and also against the guidelines of the Sarkaria Commission. Now this by itself, she has acted under the pressure of the central ministers, and we strongly condemn it.
So what about the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court says that it's an afterthought.
No, it's not an afterthought. You know, there was no delay. Elections were results. Tell me one thing. Elections were results on 11th were declared, and 12th we gave our letter. Where is the delay?
But what has the governor? Has she called you?
So what about the allegations of feminists? What about the allegations of the other MLAs talking about laxity on the part of the Congress High Command?
Well, didn't you see all the 17 MLAs here?
So there you have it. Digvijay Singh saying that there was no laxity on part of the Congress, and the governor has acted under the pressure from the BJP government. With camera person Mahesh More, Kamlesh Sutar in Panjim for India Today.
So Digvijay Singh insists there is no delay, but the BJP insists that it's not just single largest party, but the numbers. Who's past the halfway mark? At least that's what Michael Lobo of the BJP is claiming. Let's listen in.
Sir, your first reaction to the Supreme Court verdict?
Today's Supreme Court verdict is welcome, and we have not done anything against the democracy. We have not lured the Congress MLAs and brought them decide. It's only the support letter which we have got from Goa Forward Party and MGP Party and 3 independents. And we have already given the support letter to the governor.
You've been now asked to prove the majority by Thursday. Are you sure about the numbers? Are you sure that you keep the flock
We
together?
have 22 numbers, and we are very confident of proving the majority. Goa will watch, Goans will watch, entire India will watch this, and the world will watch. People have faith on Manohar Parrikar, and people will see the work this government will undertake under his leadership.
Now, the BJP insists they have the numbers on their side. 17 is what the Congress party wants to parade in front of the governor. And I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Kamlesh Sutar for the latest. Kamlesh, take us through the political developments. Who has the numbers? Of course, that has to be proved on the floor of the House on Thursday. But take us through the latest.
Well, indeed, the Congress MLAs, Congress legislators met the governor, Mridula Sinha, just a while before, and the Congress is still insisting that they have not been given a fair chance to prove their majority in spite of being the single largest party. In fact, Congress leader Digvijay Singh, who has been camping in Goa for the last few days, went on to allege that the governor is working under the pressure from central ministers and the centre. So the Congress not giving it out without a fight. They say that if asked, they will prove the majority on the floor of the House. But at this point in time, Gaurav, let me tell you, BJP seems to be having the number. They have at least presented the letter of support to the governor. Day before yesterday, we saw how Manohar Parrikar, in presence of Union Minister Nitin Gadkari and Shripad Naik, paraded all supporting MLAs from not only from his own party but also all 3 MLAs from the Maharashtravadi Gomantak Party and the Goa Forward Party. They took a joint press conference where leaders from both the parties pledged their support to the BJP government. So now, at least on the face of it, it seems that the BJP has the number, and when they have to prove the majority, they slightly have an edge, because today, when Congress paraded their MLAs, we didn't see any MLA, independent or otherwise, which the Congress is claiming to have support of. We didn't even see Churchill Alimau from the NCP, who the Congress claims is supporting their claim to stake the government. So at this point, the BJP had slightly edge, and in few hours now, Manohar Parrikar will be sworn in, since the decks are cleared for his swearing in. He will be sworn in, and on Thursday, the BJP says, and it's very confident about that, they will prove the majority on the floor of the House.
Okay. 11 a.m. on Thursday is when Manohar Parrikar has to prove his majority, and apparently he has the numbers, because that's exactly what have even transpired in the Supreme Court, where Justice Kehar told the Congress party, you don't have the numbers, and that is why you didn't claim to form the government. Kamlesh.
Well, indeed, Congress, in fact, howsoever the Congress may be alleging today that they have given they were ready to form the government, but it was indeed laxity on part of the Congress. The Congress now is claiming that they had given a letter to the governor, but the BJP, given the fact that the Congress was not even ready with the legislative party leader's name, it was named after 2 days, after 48 long hours, the Congress named Babu Kavlekar as the leader of the Congress legislative party. But by that time, the BJP had already named their legislative party leader, that passed a resolution, that even managed to get letters of support from the MGP, also the Goa Forward Party and independents, and they paraded them in front of the governor. So clearly the BJP outsmarted the Congress and took advantage of the delay that the Congress was taking in making its decision.
Let's quickly cut across and listen in to Digvijay Singh. Stay with me for a moment, Kamlesh.
We welcome, sir, about... Where is the bus?
Sir,
We're not talking this time.
we are going to Rajbhavan. We will talk
After we have met.
at Rajbhavan only outside.
Questions at this stage. Let's try and listen in once again. Okay, I'll come back to Kamlesh and try and find out, Kamlesh, why the delay on the part of the Congress party? Of course, Digvijay Singh insists there was no delay, but was there a delay? How is it that the BJP was first of the block? What kept the Congress back? Is it that the Congress knew it didn't have the numbers?
It was initially about choosing its legislative party leader. The Congress was divided over several names, not one, two, but there were several other names. For the Congress, it perhaps was problem of plenty and too many aspirants in the Congress party. Also, many senior Congress leaders made a comeback in the House this time, be it Pratap Singh Rane, Digambar Kamath, Luciano Falero. Then there were other aspirants in the party as well who nurtured the ambition of becoming the next Chief Minister of Goa, and they could not zero in on one name. So the delay that was happening, the Congress party met, the legislative party met, but they passed a one-line resolution saying that all rights and all decisions will be taken by the party high command to choose the legislative party leader. But by that time, the BJP had already taken its decision. BJP legislators met in Goa. They also passed a resolution saying that Manohar Parrikar should be brought back, and they requested through a letter to the party high command, Amit Shah, saying that he should be relieved from his duties as the defence minister and be sent back to Goa. And immediately the same evening, Manohar Parrikar, along with several other party legislators and the MGP MLAs and independent MLAs and Goa Forward MLAs met the governor, showed them that he had support, showed the letters. By that time, the Congress could realize that the BJP is already staking claim along with the support of three other parties. It perhaps was too little too late for the Congress, and many in Goa believe that the Congress woke up late, and whatever the Congress is now saying, it seems to be an afterthought.
Okay, stay with me, because the Congress was also embarrassed in the Supreme Court this morning on the issue of a floor test, because the Supreme Court also cleared the decks for Manohar Parrikar to take over as the Chief Minister and take the floor test. The Supreme Court's order comes close to the heels of the Congress petition against the BJP being invited to form the government in Goa, despite the Congress being the single largest party. The Congress had claimed that they can form the government in Goa. The Congress claimed that they had state claim to form the government on the 12th itself. But the governor, according to the Congress, ignored their numbers. The Supreme Court said if the BJP is claiming support of 21 MLAs, then why did you not say that you had the support of the numbers? Because it can only be one person who has the numbers. The legal tussle over Goa comes only days after Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar resigned and took over the reins of the BJP in Goa.
On the Supreme Court, asking the majority in 2 days.
BJP is saying we have the numbers. Congress is saying we don't have the numbers, but give an opportunity to become government, then we'll mobilize the members. We have mobilized the members and went to governor. They are saying we don't have the numbers, but you make us chief minister, then we'll get the numbers. And they go to Supreme Court of India also. The government led by Sri Manohar Parrikar is ready to prove its majority on the floor of the house.